Hello, one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Except you and you and you. I don't want to welcome you. To Splinterlands TV with me, Holazor. Hello, Kira. Hello, Walk the Grid. Hey, Shalom. Never mind. With a 23. We got to mind about all the things. Ank12C, you there? Yes, I am there. Arnie Boy's here. We've got SC Father here, Kots Carlos here, Gigi Shoyo's here, Shumix, Hender. Yes, I am still here, Hender. JB Saints is here, Frozen Turon is here, Mishka Samurai is here. How many names am I going to have to read? Jerry Matt is here. We got a name that I'm not going to say. Shiki Phantom is here. And Shoimi is here as well as Splinter News, who was the streamer that we just had here on Splinterlands TV. We got Sideswipe too. Yes, I'm still alive. We've had 3.5% of our annual rainfall in one day here in Adelaide today. It's been crazy. Yes, the Hive blockchain has measures in it to prevent people from spamming the blockchain. That is why we can only post once every 5 minutes. Additionally, there are other measures which are called resource credits, which you may be familiar with if you try to submit thousands and thousands of battles a day on Splinterlands, which limit the numbers of activities you can do on the chain. Yeah, I think it got up to maybe 12 degrees today here in Adelaide. You there? So it's pretty chilly. I mean, my hands are actually cold here in this room where I'm standing. Yes, I am standing for my stream today because I have a standing desk and I've been sitting down way too much. So I'll be shifting my weight awkwardly throughout the whole stream on my anti-fatigue mat because sitting down actually can kill you. So we are here. No, Dave, I have not, but I have made lots of comments in the post that I made on Hive that explain deeper my reasoning. So if you want to go dig into that, go to my blog on Hive, find that post, and you can read through the comments because many people have made comments on there and I've replied to almost every single one of them with justification and reasoning. But the reality is I am still here. I am still waiting for land so I can throw my creatures at land. But if in the future there does come an opportunity where I can look at taking my cards and my land and allowing someone else to have them in exchange for a correct price, that I may do that in the future. That's the TLDR there, Dave. Hello to you, Ironside. Wampus Gaming's here. And we are ready to do some stuff in Splinterlands. I think that's all the greetings, and it only took me 3.5 minutes. Pretty long time for me to do things. Oh wait, we've still got more greetings to do. Brazen Blake, hello. Let's open my Gladius pack. I've got one Gladius pack waiting to be opened, and then I'm going to use the contents of the Gladius pack to see if I can do any combining before I jump into participating in my guild brawls. I've got 8 guild battles to do, I think. Let's see what we're gonna get. Strong Sword, Carafax, Gobsonator, Isgald Vorst, and Liza Fox. So nothing dramatically amazing. Let's jump over to my collection and look at the gladiators now. And see if there's any that we're going to be able to combine. Maybe we could combine Crash. Yes, we can, but I don't think I've ever really used Crash. To combine one more than that. There we go. Let's combine that. Yeah, my day job got me this standing desk because I have worked from home for like 6 years or something absurd. And they've recently had a program that enabled us to get standing desks, not during the pandemic, after the pandemic and towards the end of the pandemic, when people were allowed to go back to the office, although not really relevant for me. The company said, hey, if you want, you can order a standing desk and have a standing desk at home. And I'm like, cool, I'll do that. And look, I'm pretty happy with it. It's good to swap between standing and sitting at will. And it's wider than my old desk as well, so I can actually fit all of my stuff on it. So we've combined 2 gladiator cards to level them up, which is good. That was... Can we do chimney too? No way. We did crash, not enough there, not enough along here. I don't think there'll be enough for Relinor. Nope, we need 7. Bertrol Gobson. Yes, we can level him up. Brilliant. And we'll have 1 left over. Does it get a new ability at level 6? Or is it just more attack, health, or speed? Oh, he gets poison. That's sweet. Opportunity with poison. And you stack the Bloodlust on top of that. And he's Green Splinter, so he synergizes well with a whole bunch of other cards. Hey Techie, welcome. Then we've got Catrabella. Do I have enough here? I'm 2 cards short. No, I'm 12 cards short because I can't do maths. Catrabella's a good one. Not enough there. Not enough Quoras. There's no such thing as enough Quoras. It's not going to be enough cards there, or maybe there'll be enough for Lightfoot. No, there is not. I'm still hunting more Captain Katie's. Not enough for that. Whistling Damon, can you level up? No, you are not plentiful enough. Witch of Warwick is the same result. Hey, ATG Gav. Maybe we'll be able to level up this guy, but again, this is another card that I don't think that I've used. I need 1 more there. No, that's 1 too many. Let's combine in that way. So we've got a level 5 rare. Wonder if he gains an ability. We're about to find out. Oh, retaliate. That's handy. So we've just leveled up that card. Don't think we're going to have enough to level up Liza. Nope, we need 15. Don't have any extra trap. Followaways, don't have any of those. So we've done all the leveling up of our gladiator cards. So it's time to go off into Brawl Town and engage in some combat. Like a wombat. Okay, we've got 8 to do. We're in Diamond with Untamed and Chaos Legion. So basically modern rules. Let's see what the first battle is going to bring us. Well, we can play a Quora, but Green Splinter's not in. Reverse Speed, Fire and Regret, Born Again. So I'll probably want stuff with Opportunity. Definitely want something with Bloodlust. Maybe something with Life Leech. Maybe something with Magic Reflect or Thorns to amplify. So amplify as well. That's what I probably want to go for. I'm thinking, because it's reverse speed, Blue Splinter probably feels like not the best choice in the world. Ditto for the Helios Matriarch. Maybe we go with Blue Splinter, we go with a Quaddus, then we look at slow speed creatures. Let's see what we can get out of that. Yeah, because Lobstradamus is then able to throw back all 3 attacks. And we probably want an Amplify in here. I think River Nymph is not great because she adds the haste. The cleanse is useful. This seems like a difficult battle to put together. Probably want to put Murder Guardian. We want a protect. So Tower Griffin. Now we are running out of time to add our Bloodlust, which I've kind of set myself up for failure there. So let's drop the Tower Griffin, forget about the armor. Put Chaos Agent in the front, and then we'll need to use the Torrent Fiend for headwinds. And we will hope that our Gladiator... Oh, they've got thorns there. But I'm grateful we've got the opportunity here. Do they have any armor? No, but that Halfling Alchemist is going to be problematic. Let me bring you the voice of somebody else now. We are joined by Kevin, otherwise known as Prime Rogue.
Or Carry the Zero.
Or Carry the Zero. Yes, in the world of Splinterlands.
How are you doing, my friend?
I am probably about to lose this brawl battle.
Are you surprised?
I am not particularly surprised. I'm hoping that my Gladiator can just go completely nutso. She's got 6 speed, 6 attack. But
who is she?
She is Isgald Vorst.
Oh, I have her.
Yeah.
She's a rather imposing character in terms of power and strength, I would say.
Yeah, at level 5 as well, she gets the opportunity. I think she might come with opportunity. I'm not sure. I just leveled up a whole bunch of gladiators, so I cannot remember a great deal of the events that have transpired a mere minute ago. But now that I'm poisoned, I believe it's all over for me. Oh, no, because she will resurrect, but the likelihood of her being poisoned, yeah, she's gone. She is no longer of this world. And then Lord. My healer is also no longer of this world. She'll resurrect for ceremonial purposes, but she now departs.
That'll be ephemeral.
And I was defeated by I Am Nothing. So what does that make me if I'm defeated by I Am Nothing?
Something.
Something. Yeah, I guess that is the opposite of nothing. Something.
It is.
Or is it anything?
I think there's just something quite poetic about that. And you, sir, have motivated me to fight my brawl.
Well, brawls are very, very important.
Yes.
Now we've got Lost Magic, Fire and Regret, Rise of the Commons as my rule set. 37 plus 1. I'm trying to think of who's got Thorns as a common that isn't in Death or Life Splinter.
I'm going to say Mylor, but I don't think that'll satisfy you.
Yeah, and I don't have a Mylor at diamond level.
Oh, Lord, that would be an expensive diamond level card, wouldn't it?
It is indeed. Hey, Tukachamp, welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. I might play Helios Matriarch. That way I get to play potentially 2 gladiators.
I have a rule set that I abhor right now.
Is it There Will Be Blood or whatever the gladiator one is?
No, it's a combination of Target Practice, Earthquake, and Briar Patch.
Okay. The worst one is Silence Summoners or Back to Basics with flying and poison.
Or Little League.
Hey Adrene, welcome, and hello Wangsmith, and hello Jagged. I didn't see you sneak in there. We need to look at Thorns. So I've got Thorns in Green Splinter. Do I have thorns in blue splinter? No. Do I have thorns in fire splinter? Yes. Maybe this is the time for Crash Wonderfood. So we're gonna
Thorns and
go.
death splinters seem ubiquitous.
We're gonna go dragon and fire.
Oh, smart.
So we can go living lava, and then we're gonna go look at bloodlust. Now it's return fire. Let's go chimney wall stomp. That way we've got a repair. Let's go a sneak. I have 10 seconds to fill the rest of my team out.
Why does this always happen to you?
Because I am doubtful of my own decision-making process.
As am I. So that's when I just wing it.
I got in with 1 second left, and probably not the most ideal order of creatures.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are speaking to a Mav right now, not me.
Well, when you have so many cards in your collection, you are confronted with so much choice.
Oh, that's true.
It becomes more debilitating than it does helpful.
I can believe that.
Which is why I tend to use the filters so much. Target practice, what doesn't kill you, and 'tis but scratches. I cannot play Quora, but Quora will be available to the enemy because it is Earth and Dragon. So I'm thinking heavy sneak team with Kitty because I want to make sure everything hits.
How many people can say with Kitty, I wonder? What's a circle?
Go search up the circulation.
I am. I'm doing that as we speak, sir.
Go double strike. My sneak. In fact, I've just assembled a team of 5 creatures that do sneak. And now I need to choose one mighty, healthy tank.
In what Splinter again? Fire, you said?
No, I'm playing dragon with green. I'm thinking Longtail.
I don't even know what that card is.
He can taunt people.
I mean, as a relative noob, it is always Metallic Infantry or not Unicorn, Rainbow, whatever his name is.
Mustang Unicorn?
Yes, the Mustang Unicorn, not the Rainbow, the Mustang.
Got that in. Hey, walk the grid. Welcome. Well, I got that team in with very little effort, with lots of time left over because there was fewer options. You're going to play dragon or you're going to play green. And now I'm going to get to play Life Splinter or Blue Splinter with Wands Out, Born Again, and Earthquake. Okay. I know that I'm playing Blue Splinter here. The question is... Yeah, we're going to play Borders because Runemancer Kai has Flying, a Life Leech, and Fury. Phantom of the Abyss has Flying, Dodge, Demoralize, which is not so relevant. Gino Sharnus is going to come. I've got so much damage. I've got ridiculous amounts of damage here.
What is Oceanus going to do?
He has Force Field, which reduces any creature that has an attack of greater than 5 to 1.
He doesn't for me.
At max level, he gets that. Lobstradamus has Magic Reflect, which should be fairly useful. I probably should be bringing a heal along here.
Why can I not know how many kitties are in circulation?
It's on the market page. At the top,
yeah,
there's like a little arrow, circular thingy. That is the circulating supply.
I'm on the market, sir.
You got to be on the card itself.
Yeah. So
Hang on.
Dragon.
Let's. I just clicked to enter my team.
Oh, 80 gold foils. Okay.
Now that's distinct cards, not necessarily how many are maxed out.
Right. And in terms of regular, 1,238. Wow, that's quite a rare card.
I'm one of those 1,238.
Darn. How many BCX does yours have?
11.
Holy moly.
So that's individual cards. that are displayed in the market view. So that would consider combined as well.
Yep.
Which
Well,
took
there aren't
me,
that many on the market.
yeah, because they're very useful. They're very useful in Splinter Forge as well.
They're also 249.50 for a level 1 BCX1. What was that when the? I wonder what that was when the cards were worth something.
I think I picked mine up at about $30 a piece.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. I'd buy Kitty at $30.
It was still a $330 card to max out.
Wow.
30 multiplied by 11 because maths.
Yeah.
So
now it'd be a $2,750 card to max out.
Welcome to Splinterlands TV, where we do basic mathematics.
You know what we should build, Holazar?
Wow, an Alpha Lightning Dragon for $99. That seems so cheap.
I'm not seeing it. I've never even seen some of these cards before. Like Archmage Arius? Who the heck is this guy?
Archmage Arius was a mystery potion drop, if I recall. So there used to be a thing called a mystery potion. And you'd get a random reward every day. And I believe Archmage Arius dropped in the mystery potion.
He's quite rare.
Can you convert it into primary currency, please? Bags of Snickers. So what is the unit price of a bag of Snickers, and how many bags of Snickers would it be for a max level insert card name?
Well, in Canada, the prices have gone up, so I don't know what our point of reference is. I mean, in the context of neoliberal capitalism, the Big Mac index feels like the most appropriate tool for converting purchasing power equity, don't you think? Parity,
yeah,
I mean, sorry.
Yeah, I think so, but you're talking to a man who used to work in a call center, story time with Holazar, and I had a customer that I was talking to who wanted to save money on his bill. So I asked him, how his afternoon was going. I think it was a Saturday or something. He was saying that he was just kicking back, drinking some beer. And I'm like, okay, cool. Do you enjoy drinking beer? He's like, yeah, man, I do. It's all I do on the weekends. I'm like, cool. So you want to save money on your bill? Great. Okay. Look, what sort of beer do you drink? Found out what sort of beer he drank. Looked up how much that beer costs per can in a slab, which is like a 24 pack, as we call them here in Australia.
We call that a 2-4 here in Canada.
Yep. And from that moment on, I basically said, okay, every time I go through, your mobile, your partner's mobile, the home internet, the pay TV that you have on your account, because I used to work as a man who tried to retain customers in a telecommunications company on the phone.
Oh.
That was my role. I'm going to refer to the price difference between the plan that you're on and the new plan that we're going to move you on in terms of beer. I'm going to calculate how many more beers we can get you per month. And he absolutely loved this. Unfortunately for me, that was one of the calls that one of my supervisors decided to randomly sit down next to me and put their headset into my little thing and listen into the call. And it was like, that was not very professional. And I'm like, yeah, but did you hear how much he loved me?
I feel like in a way that would be the apex of professionalism in terms of client micro-targeting.
But yeah.
So how do we apply that to the world of Splinterlands?
Long story short, he stayed with the company, and I got a please be more professional with customers in the future. And I'm sitting there going, but I was just making the person happy. Is that not what my job is?
And you retain the customer.
Yeah. I created a bespoke solution.
The elegance of their approach is not super elegant. I worked in a call center once too.
Another time I had a customer who lived in a place called Smuggler's Cove, a suburb, and he said he was doing some work on his boat. So I made the accusation that he was indeed a pirate. And he's like, well, you're pretty close because I am drinking rum right now. And I'm like, cool. This is a common thread. Australians tend to drink a lot of alcohol. So without telling this dude, I changed his title on his bill to captain. Several weeks later, I got a tap on the shoulder, and there was a cake in the kitchen because apparently this customer had written a letter to the CEO saying, whoever I spoke to, I'm really glad that I spoke to them. I remember them calling me a pirate and being like a really happy guy. When I got my bill, I was so happy to see that it was addressed to Captain whatever his name was, instead of to just Mr. whatever his name was. So I framed my bill and put it on my boat.
That's beautiful. I'm sure the CEO just loved you.
Yeah. And then shortly after that, I was not allowed to talk to customers anymore. Because we would have all the military titles in the CRM, you know, like captain, wing commander, whatever it was, because they're legal titles. So we'd need to address customers by whatever their thing was. And I just was like, here's an opportunity to make a customer happy.
And I very much like your logic. I would hire you at any time. But something very similar actually happened to me when I was in academia. You know, they would send us samples of textbooks, which, you know, as you know, are ridiculously overpriced.
Yeah.
That I would then quite simply walk across the street to the secondhand bookstore and sell.
Yep.
As one does. And when I was filling out a form for one of the companies, they clearly had very, very bad UI design, and they had all the titles, but it didn't default to none. It defaulted to Admiral, which I did not notice. And the next email I got from that book rep, she referred to me as Admiral Duska. And I'm like, what? Why? And she goes, then this created a very awkward moment where she had to explain that sometimes the receptionists and office people like to use funny titles, and that she thought I had been doing that. And I was like, no, your form is very poorly designed. Please send me more textbooks that I can sell to eat.
That was the default mode of operation. Everyone's an admiral.
I wonder if there maybe recently been an interface update, because this was at the time the largest academic publisher in the United States.
Interesting. And yes, Daru, I am still here. I will be here until I am no longer here. I don't know when that time will be, but that time may come. It may not come, but I am here. Get your grubby scavenging mitts away from my land, Daru. It's my land.
But the truth is that I'm taking over your show, Hollow. with my very limited knowledge of Splinterlands.
And your extraordinary anecdotes.
Exactly. But I mean permanently, sir.
What's this rule set? I've got taking sides, back to basics, and going the distance. That's an annoying rule set. Because I can only use ranged.
Ugh.
And no neutrals.
Which Splinter has the most close range cards, I wonder?
Green Splinter when you play me as the summoner. Fernheart.
Oh. Interesting. I thought it was Red Splinter for some reason.
It doesn't matter here, the close range stuff, because it's back to basics.
Very fair point.
Which makes it extremely annoying. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Chancius, because then I can do a triage, a repair, and a resurrect, as long as I've got somebody who's got armor up in the front.
Yes, that sounds very reasonable, actually.
The only card that's got that is Hero of the Beyond in Life Splinter. Alternatively, I could go with Jotun and just blast my way through the enemies. I feel like that's probably a better choice.
I'm seeing Splinterlands in a whole new light right now, because I have a full Xbot token on my main now, and I'm delegating my my extra BCX cards to my second account, which I've now created, and I've been too lazy to set up the the Xbox not mini, Xbox Lite I have for that account. So I've been playing it manually in Bronze 3, with a very limited card selection, and my goodness, does it teach you about the game and how challenging it is.
It is a completely different game at every single league level.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got the rule set. Are you not entertained? Everybody's fury with their ferocity. And then no legendaries, but only 15 mana.
Ooh.
But I can play Quora. The problem,
I abhor low mana games.
problem with playing Quora is that she has 10 mana, and I believe that Fury damages... No, it damages Taunt. Yeah, let's try and play Quora anyway. It's probably not in my best interests. But when have I made decisions that are? And we can actually play 2 gladiators here, so we're going to do that. We cannot play the 0 mana fiend. And we have a battle.
Ooh, live.
Yes.
I need to turn on the actual stream. Or no, it is on. My bad.
Well, there goes Gladiator the first, and I believe Quora is not going to survive because I played Obsidian instead of Llama because there was not enough mana to go Llama Quora, and I lose.
I didn't realize you could lose a game when you played Quora.
Look, there's this game-breaking bug. I need to contact technical support. Where is the support button? Do we lodge a support ticket, guys, to say that the game's broken because we lost a game as Quora? See what the support response is. And thank you, Kevin, for doing your sub renewal. Yes, says Tuga Champ, lodge the support ticket. I lost a game as Quora.
I actually think we should create a proposal around this.
Create a proposal to lodge a support ticket every time you lose as Quora?
No, to create a proposal suggesting that when one plays Quora, one should be unable to lose.
It's like, I think it's been a bit of an ongoing joke where people sort of will create a support ticket if they don't get stuff that's in their packs that's to their liking. So they're like, these packs were faulty. I didn't get 7 legendaries out of my 1 pack.
I've only ever had to create 1 support ticket with Splinterlands, and they were remarkably professional.
Yeah.
I did not... except they didn't really say, like, you're welcome or thank you at the end, which is, like, I thought was odd. But other than that, it's because I accidentally bought Tower Defense packs instead of Chaos Legion packs without realizing it. And I was wondering why the packs had not shown up in my account, not realizing.
My response would have been a screenshot with circles on it and then a meme. if you had come to me personally to ask that question.
Well, I went to Rick on the mountain, our good friend, and
Yes.
he was like, I think he said to send them a support. No, he said to speak to them in Discord, and then I was like, I've been to the Discord. I did not enjoy that experience. I am not going to do that. And then I was going to see if they had support, and they did. So I was very pleased by that.
Yeah, the times that I've needed to raise a support ticket for various reasons, they've been pretty good.
No, they truly have. Kudos to them. Is it okay to say kudos in Australia?
Yeah, we do. Not as much as they do in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But it is said in Australia.
Now and again.
Now and again. Not that often.
Mm.
Okay, so we've entered all of our Brawl teams. I guess I didn't set any giveaway parameters at all.
Oh.
Last week, I basically got people to do random guesses at abilities.
Yes, I was there and I got one of them, sir.
Yeah, I think our keyword today is going to be... Why is this so difficult?
Oh,
support ticket. Support ticket is our keyword.
It should have been support ticket professionalism, but support ticket it is.
I think that will be hilarious.
No, that wouldn't be fair because we do have viewers for whom English is not a first language. But otherwise, I would, if I was a Splinterlands TV streamer, I would do spelling bee keywords.
I did, when I was first learning Python, make a Hangman game that only featured Splinterlands card names in it. And I played it. I played it on stream.
You know that I'm a relatively new coder, right?
Yeah.
Why is the first thing I ever coded a game of Hangman as well?
I think it's because it teaches you about arrays, randomization, logic.
Yeah.
As well as loops.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
Because those are the main functions that were introduced with that. And then the next one, like at the end of that module, was how to make a blackjack game.
Oh.
Yeah.
In what online course? Well, no, we could talk about this offline, I suppose. Well, offline, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Off air.
Yeah. It was a pretty popular Python course that I did. I only did like the first 20 or 30 lessons of it out of like probably 160 lessons that were in the course. So it was just enough to get me the fundamentals. And then now if I want to do something, I just figure it out as I go, or I ask ChatGPT.
ChatGPT will be the life and death of us, sir.
Yeah, I think it will be. So we've got 51 eligible users for the giveaway. We're going to see who gets that 2% chance of victory here.
Let's go.
It is Ank12C. Now, I'm going to just lower the desktop volume on the stream so people are not deafened by the drum rolls. That was a very small drum roll. And it was a legendary Bootops. Congratulations. Yes, you do need a support ticket for that giveaway.
Man, if I had won that, I'd be so happy right now. I'm just one short of being able to update my boot. No, I'm joking. Bootops does not need updating. He is perfect as he is.
Yes. We're going to draw another winner now as well, without a different keyword. And it is Walk the Rigged.
That's what I was thinking. Walk the Rigged wins quite a bit. Shout out to Walk the Rigged.
It's because they're always here. They are never not here on Splinterlands TV.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, 24/7 viewership, I believe, is what you guys are looking for. No, I mean, this is the Splinterlands meme community speaking, right? So I feel like we can all... And yeah, that's...
Speaking of Splinterlands memes, there's a Kira, a Gargoyle Scrapper.
Ooh.
The next thing we need to give away is a Fernheart, and then it's me, and then the Holy Trinity is complete. The Holozor.
What about a Crypt Beetle?
Who's a Crypt Beetle?
I mean, they seem to be a very popular choice here on Splinterlands TV. It would not... If I was playing Splinterlands TV Bingo, I'd add a gold foil Crypt Beetle.
Okay, well, let's see if we get a gold foil Crypt Beetle for our next contestant. Kiki Amco.
I was going to say...
That is a new name. I went for the Hive username as opposed to the Twitch username.
Oh, fair point. Good stuff.
Because it was shorter, so it was less things that I needed to read. But
it's more efficient. It's just like neoliberal capitalism.
Let's see what they're going to get. Is it a gold foil Crypt Beetle?
It has to be.
No, it's a gold foil Kalia Frendel. Congratulations. Wow, gold foil nice. Summoner. All right.
It's actually a decent card.
Yeah, Kalia's a great card. Probably ridiculously overpowered, but you know, that's...
Yeah, I mean, one could argue it should be burned, I suppose.
Well, if your name is Jim, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
My name is not Jim, thankfully.
Oh. And I mean, how much DC do you get for burning it?
For a gold foil Kalia, I think it's, let's see, gold summoners. Do I have any rare summoners here? Yeah,
I'm about to burn one.
these guys are rare summoners. Wait, that's max, not max level. I don't have any discrete. Here we go. Discrete gold foil summoner. It would be 500 DC. I was just looking at the collection power.
Is that even 5 cents?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
Welcome, Larkin. Good to have you with us. I believe now is the time for the memories.
Oh, I have yet to make a meme. I need to get on that.
I mean, I would hope that the community knows about this by now. We've got Jagged's meme from 3 days ago. And then we've got a new one here from Olaf.gui. Summoner Summer. Okay, gang, let's see what this event really is. Summoner. Remove the hood. Commoner Summer. I've already voted that one. And then we've got finally found it. The random number generator. What are the chances that I smack you again? And that's by Rick on the Mountain. And we all know how much Rick hates RNG. And then we've got our next meme. Horde DEC, Horde SPS, Stake SPS, SPS DEC liquidity pool. So that involves hoarding both DEC and SPS. I feel like this is more of an instructional, at least in the first 2 slides. And then this is the bit that is potentially an aneurysm. And then this is the bit where you reach true enlightenment. With the liquidity pool.
I need to post this meme that I just made. Just out of this is an emotional meme.
Oh, we like emotions. DECB. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. And then we have Rick. In case you forgot, they're the same picture. Now, I had a hand in the creation of this meme because I photoshopped Rick's face on top of the woman just for her. Just for him, sorry. Because I thought it would be funnier if it was his face instead of the woman's face from the meme. And yeah.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. That would be Pam from the American version of The Office. I just posted a meme regarding my usurpation of your position here.
Opponent hits you with a 70% chance. Panic. Opponent hits you with a 20% chance. Calm. Opponent hits you with an 80% chance. Panic. Yes. That reminds me of XCOM. Did you ever play the XCOM games?
So much.
Same. It's like 70% chance of hitting and you're point blank with a shotgun. Oh, look.
Game.
This is relevant to what just happened. Finally getting your first Quora, still losing 7 out of 8 brawl matches. Yes. I'm going to even leave a comment on this one here. Then lodging a support ticket.
Bro, I can't believe I can only post them every 5 minutes. Because I have a great Quora meme too that barely modifies an existing meme template. But I have to wait 4 more minutes to post it.
Let's reload this. Jagged's like the DECB looks 20% smaller.
I've learned so much about Splinterlands since I bought land. It's incredible.
When Kevin replaces his friend on SPL TV. You're not my friend, buddy. You're not my pal guy. Jagged, are you still coming to Adelaide next week? Or have your plans changed?
Was Jagged really going to Adelaide?
Yeah, he lives in Melbourne, the next state over in Victoria, and he said he was planning on coming down. So we're going to go
so jealous.
Get a beverage of some sort. Yep, leaving Melbourne forever, never going back, getting away from the terrible coffee over there. I know it. I know what it's
Courtney
like.
Barnett, who's an Australian indie rock artist from, I believe, Melbourne, says that the coffee there is good.
Yeah, but Melbourne is a city of divided tastes. Oh. And as the great artist Jean-Michel Basquiat I think was actually French, and I've probably butchered the pronunciation of his
It would
name.
be Jean-Michel Basquiat, but
Yeah,
okay.
that's the one.
Hmm.
I believe he said once upon a time, there is no such thing as good or bad taste. There is just taste.
That's fair. Courtney, though, is a bohemian hipster, um, gender fluid, pan person. So I would think that their tastes are eclectic.
I love
Um,
that word, eclectic.
yeah, me too. So I'm wondering as to what they like. I mean,
I mean,
just
Melbourne
coffee.
is a large city. It
Yeah.
would have good coffee. It would have great coffee. It would have dirty bean water, also known as coffee.
I need to get
Um,
myself more of that dirty bean water.
um, yeah, but I don't
But
know.
that
I went to an Aldi, the German supermarket chain in Melbourne.
we had those when I was doing my PhD in Ohio, but not here.
Um, and there's that same chain here in my town, but the one in Melbourne had like these amazing pastries and croissants and danishes and all that sort of stuff. Whereas the local one here, it's like, here, have a brioche bun. That's fancy. Like the thing about these pastries is they're all mass produced in a factory bakery somewhere
Somewhere.
and then just
My
shipped to the store. But the fact that they're presented there and like that's at a supermarket compared to here in Adelaide, you have to go to a specialist bakery to get something like that, was also like,
as it should be,
yes,
though.
culture. Culture.
I'm a big fan of baked goods, Holzar, and my favorite baked good, which is quite obscure and that I make myself, is something called a quingaman.
I've never heard of that.
It's it uses equivalent amounts of flour and butter per gram,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a croissant, but it's a pie with caramel between every layer, basically, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
okay. Because I can certainly get into those chocolate-filled croissants.
Ugh,
I
chocolatine.
love saying it wrong to annoy people.
Chocolatine.
Um, but I'm also a fan of caramel. So maybe combining alternating layers of chocolate and caramel in that would be
Mm. I
almost
think that there are
a
French
very
pastries.
it would be almost a very topical subject known as a Snickers.
True, but I
Which
think that there are now French pastry chefs who are preparing to murder you
well,
for
that
your suggestion.
is murder me as in he knows our secrets, or murder me as in what an abomination.
Murder you as in you just said something so is heretical a word? Yes, it is. Heretical is a
Heretical
word.
is a word. It's a wonderful
Yeah,
word.
it's a beautiful word. I pride myself on my heresy. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, suggesting that those two things be mixed, that a chocolatine et le quingaman, that caramel and chocolate have anything to do with each other, in the context of a 16 times folded bun is just beyond the pale of what is acceptable to man or beast.
That is another brilliant phrase, beyond the pale. So good. I love the English language. I really
Me
do.
too. I just want to throw as many cliches into this guest appearance as I can.
We're gonna
That's my
play. We're gonna play another battle at this
yes.
point.
I mean, I think that's what you're here for, right?
Well, I can play battles. I can talk about Splinterlands things. We've talked about pastries. We've talked about my previous career choices. I think the people are learning a lot about us
Yes.
today.
I was a debt collector in a call center. I don't feel
Oh,
guilty.
yeah. I had a friend who did that for a little while, and he thought it was very dehumanizing.
It's inherently dehumanizing.
Yeah.
It's even more dehumanizing to think that they wanted to promote me because I was so good at it.
Ah,
And at that point, I left the position.
yeah, because
But
the pay was probably not commensurate with the mental
oh,
anguish that you had to sit through.
for undergraduate in 2005, 2006, $20 an hour was amazing.
Yeah.
It was great pay. But then I got a job as a research assistant.
Which was less pay,
Coding.
probably.
Yeah, much less pay. But what the tipping factor for me was that they wouldn't let me wear a hat in the call center. So I decided that I'd quit over that.
I've never really been much of a hat guy. I've always had too much hair for hats.
I'm growing my hair out now, and I was even talking to my physician about this on the phone this morning, and he's like, "Your hair's getting long," and not on the phone, on a video call, and I go, "Yeah, before I lose it all, I'd like to grow it out and see what I would look like with Jesus hair." And he's like, everyone needs to do that once in their life.
I'm currently in that phase.
You are. I've seen you in your other phase, though.
Yes, you have.
You look more friendly with the long hair, or that could just be your facial expression.
I don't know. I don't know if I have an aggressive resting face.
I mean, see, I don't think I have an aggressive resting face. I smile, but my wife has told me that I have dead eyes.
How romantic.
I know. Your eyes have no soul.
Most romantic thing ever said between man and wife.
I mean, yeah. That was before we were married.
Oh no, they brought Immortalis and I brought a repair for my armored men and women's and creatures.
Daru loves English, but it's quite limited compared to Portuguese. Well, if you have dead eyes when she needs company, just get her a fish.
Maybe she won't notice the difference. Just get googly eyes and like sticky tape them to your eyelids.
I don't think that's what she was referring to, though, in the context of this metaphor.
Yeah.
I think she was referring to the notion that
like 100-yard stare sort of thing.
Yeah, which is probably true. But I've chilled out a lot since then, so I wonder if life has returned to my eyes.
Well, life has certainly not returned to my team.
You know who has not had life return to their eyes?
All of the people in my team. Speaking of Portuguese, Daru, there is this place in the city that I live that I want to go to because one of my favorite baked goods is the simple and meager custard tart.
Oh my goodness! Please tell me at least. I mean, I love custard tarts. Don't get me wrong, but you do have a little bit of fruit on top of it, right?
You can do that, okay. But the mass-produced ones here just have just the dusting of cinnamon and nutmeg on the top.
What on earth?
Yeah,
why would do that?
But there is a place that does legitimate Portuguese tarts.
But they're not called Portuguese tarts. They're called something de Navas.
Yeah, and I really want to go and try it, but it's closed on the times when I do not have work. So I'm like, I'm gonna probably take a day off one day and go there just to eat one, because apparently they are exquisite.
Yeah, Rogue, my dog, used to get twice or thrice a week laser therapy on her joints, and there was pastillas de nata. That's what they're called. And there's a place, a Portuguese coffee shop / bakery / place where men went to watch soccer and smoked inside after closing time.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, I would just go get 6 pastillas de nata and some sort of espresso-based beverage and just wait outside of the veterinary office because it was during COVID. And it was just so beautiful. Even though it was -20 outside, it was lovely. Oh, and the pastis de nata get this lovely caramelization on the top layer of the... Oh my God.
Yeah. This is why I need to experience it at least once in my life.
They're almost like finger foods, too. Like 4 or 5 bites.
Yeah, I don't know. But the shop here is actually staffed by legitimate Portuguese people as well.
Oh my God. That's funny. That's funny, not in the pejorative sense, but funny in that it reminds me of something else of my time in Quebec. Quebec being a place where, casual xenophobia has known to have been the norm. there's a Chinese food restaurant near my house. But when we say Chinese food, we mean Canadian
Yeah,
Chinese food.
like
Like Australian Chinese food is different.
Americanized Chinese food. General so
No,
spicy
Canadian.
chicken sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's also very different from the American version. Like for
Yeah.
example, we don't really have lo mein like they do. Each place where the Chinese diaspora went, from what I've read, kind of they adapted their traditional foods to the tastes of like the locals, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And in Canada, it was in the context of building the railroad. Well, yeah, like in most places, unfortunately. And no, but there was this there's this place that had the slogan "Du vrai chinois fait par des vrais chinois," and which literally translates to real Chinese food made by real uh and I'm using quotation marks here, Chinamen,
Hmm.
which I thought was so awful.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the stuff here in Australia. I mean, we're fairly close to China, so we've got a lot of Chinese people, especially like that was the one thing that I noticed going from Australia to other places in the world when I traveled, is that you would go somewhere that wasn't Australia, just to be clear, other than the
Mhm.
UK, I think, and it would just be okay. I am in this place. These are all native people of this place that I encounter. There was no
Mhm.
real multiculturalism.
Yeah.
Whereas here, which is part of the reason why I enjoy the city I live in so much, is it is so stupendously multicultural. You can go
We have an
down.
official we have a national official policy of multiculturalism written into our, well, not our constitution, but our Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Mhm.
And it's rejected wholeheartedly in the province of Quebec, because of some political issues. But in the rest of Canada, it's ubiquitous almost everywhere you go in a large city. And I mean,
Yeah,
like about 500 meters from my house, there's a place that does authentic Yemeni food, but they
cool.
also, to adapt it, have done Yemeni style burritos,
That
which are
sounds
but
interesting.
they're made but they're made with injera.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Uyghur places here in
Mm,
Adelaide, and handmade Uyghur noodles are incredible.
they are. Oh my god,
Um,
yeah.
but unfortunately, English is not the strong point of this particular restaurant that we frequent. But one day I decided to look up their Google reviews just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the Google reviews were, pretty common complaints. They're not very good at communicating. It's clear that English is not their first language, but the food was amazing. And the service at this place is pretty average because it's not Western service. It's you want forks and knives, go into our fork and knife little nook and pantry and grab them yourself. There
As
is
it should
also
be.
glasses and water there. Go grab them yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And someone in that family that runs that restaurant has clearly gotten onto the Google reviews and started responding to customers, except responding in a very aggressive and insensitive way. And it makes me want to support them even more because they're unbeknownstly like being confrontational in their responses when that is clearly not their intent. It's just their intent to get their message across. It's like a review of "I waited too long for my food," and the response is, the spirit of the response is, "We make everything fresh. This is why you wait for your food." But the actual response is, "Do you not know how long it takes for us to hand make these products? We work in the kitchen for hours before and after the kitchen is open in order to bring you your food fresh and delicious and safe. Why are you so dumb?" It's like the sort of review, and it's kind of like it's got this innocence and vitriol in it at the same time, and it's just
It makes me want to support these people.
it's so good. It's so good, and yes, it does make me also want to support them because like when you go in and you're kind to these people and they serve a lot of their people, it's like a hub for the community of Uyghur people
Sure.
that live here because there's about I think 3 in a city of 1.3 million of these style
Oh,
of
good.
restaurants, and it's when you're kind and nice to them, you just see their eyes light up, and they're just people. You know,
People are the worst.
Yeah, people are horrendous to people. But I've been telling a lot of stories today. There's not much Splinterlands stuff because I've been playing battles, but I haven't been succeeding in battles.
I have a question about Splinterlands.
Go on. Why are you so bad at Splinterlands is the question.
So yes or yes, is Splinterlands the epitome or a paradigmatic example of a neoliberal capitalist?
I don't know how to respond to your question.
I'm alluding to SPS staking, and which I don't have a problem with per se, but with regards to the fact that the Splinterlands has a global community in which the game, you know, is used for different purposes in different places with different standards of living. And you know, the whole SPS staking thing has made me think about like humanity of players.
I'm just imagining the Hindenburg disaster. An SPS proposal gets voted down and someone standing on the ground, oh, the humanity. That's a meme. That is a meme template right there. But I think different people want to get different things out of Splinterlands. For me, my SPS stake is there to help support and shape the future of the game, to help try and direct it to become the best thing that it possibly can be. Not because I just want to be a whale being a whale. It's because I have genuine, I don't know what the right word here is, because it's not affection, but I have genuine interest in seeing the game succeed. And by me having the stake and me trying to be the main character of my own life and not be an NPC, I potentially falsely believe that my point of view is the correct point of view.
As
and
we all do.
by me having that SPS to exert my point of view potentially above and beyond others, allows me to push in a direction that I feel is the best for the entire community. Because I do read everything that happens on my Twitch chat. I do read the general consensus and comments on proposals and that sort of thing. And I like to think that I come to a logical and nuanced view. And I think
I like to think you do as well.
I think there's some proposals that I would abstain from as well. So I just would not vote. And I almost chose to abstain from the bot proposal, but I swung my vote on that a few times as I changed my mind and developed my opinion, because, you know, when I am not streaming on Splinterlands TV, I have an Archmage token that plays my account. I have a full-time job, and I don't have the ability to play Splinterlands while I sleep, which is necessary for my continued existence.
Of course.
So
playing Splinterlands, you mean not sleep? That's optional.
Yes, yeah, the sleep is optional. Playing Splinterlands is necessary for my continued existence. Daru says some of us know our point of view is the correct one. The rest believe it is. I believe you've described an autocracy there. But yeah, there are some things that are very black and white, that are, this will be good, this will be bad. Some people look into it on a deeper level. Other people will just look at the headline and go, not read the article, which is something that happens with media and other things. But the talk about it making you think about humanity and systems of governance and that sort of thing, and I know you've got experience doing governance-y things and whatnot, and I have had that same experience in my employment as well, where governance can sort of work two ways. One way is where an environment is engineered that allows goals to be obtained, which
Obtained or achieved? What does that
uh,
mean?
it depends. If the goal is to obtain a Lambo which is pink with yellow stripes on it, I think you could say obtained.
Yeah,
But if
100%.
the goal is to achieve player retention or something like that, then I think it could be achieved.
I
But
like, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
um, there is so much you can get into. Could you show you? I'm not sure what you mean by other points of views. I think any system of governance needs to take into account a broad range of views and then arrive on something that is going to benefit the greatest number of individuals, as opposed to benefiting just a specific cohort or subsection of a community.
I generally agree. I mean, although utilitarianism is not my favorite ethical theory, I think that in a large community, if it's combined with equality of opportunity, then I think it can be a useful paradigm for thinking about ethics as they're applied to governance systems.
Yeah, and look, there is a certain element of, if people look at it as a truly, not truly, a solely financial mechanism, the governance of Splinterlands, then they are going to vote in their best interests and in a way that is
100%.
going to get them the greatest outcome. It should benefit the community, not the majority of individuals. Yes. You would hope
Yes,
that the majority of
100%.
individuals is the community.
That's what we want to achieve, and that's the disjuncture between utilitarianism and a more deontological approach to ethics. I mean, the view of this that I would have loved to have seen taken, and I'm not talking about substantive policy, but in terms of policy generation, is, and this might sound impossible, but this is the categorical imperative of Kant, is to, and I don't know if these words have ever been said on Splinterlands TV before, but to create a solution that would be acceptable in any time and in any place to any stakeholder.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, that was one of the things that was constantly in the back of my mind when I was doing corporate governance, was how would you feel about seeing this on the evening news or on the front page of a newspaper?
mhm,
How would you feel telling your grandmother about this? And
yeah, that's a good
how
one.
would you feel presenting this to a shareholder of the company, and to balance those three things to achieve a balanced outcome between all of those? But I think, I mean, and this probably gets potentially a little bit too political, my ideal form of governance, full stop, and it could be applied to the SPS DAO, would be that you have experts in a particular field. So Splinterlands has many fields. We have the tokenomics, which are people that are heavily into the liquidity pools or the
Yep.
trading or that sort of thing. You also have brawls. You have tournaments. You have ranked play. You have people who just want to collect the cards. You would say that there are experts that know all of the ins and outs of each and every one of these and how they feel about this, that, and the other. I
Yeah, and
feel
that's the
as
beautiful thing about a community, isn't it? Just by the way.
you would need something to enable proposals to come from people that have opposing views in that community, and
Yes.
every individual item or change is subject to a supermajority of the community's vote. Now, where SPS is stake weighted as opposed to one individual equals one vote,
Yes.
I think,
As it needs to be, though,
yeah.
unfortunately.
And I mean, you are not wise just because you hold a whole bunch of SPS. You are
No,
not unwise
you're
just
you're
because
you're
you
an
hold
example of that.
little. You are also not unwise if you hold only a little SPS.
Yeah,
Um, you
that's a very nice way of saying it.
you need to be able to understand that the wisdom around it is not directly linked to stake.
And what I
Unfortunately,
would, sorry, go ahead.
unfortunately, the the biggest whales make the biggest splashes in the
Hmm.
ocean. And often those splashes mean that plankton or trout or other small aquatic creatures are displaced. And that is not how things should be. I would think that the biggest voices should be representing those little voices because,
Yep.
yeah,
I know that the staking system was in the original white paper, right? I get that, and I get that people, who've played had some degree of informed consent in relation to that since the beginning. But at the same time, the ecosystem has changed as we've had people in lower income countries who've come and have completely upset, in a good way, the paradigm through card rentals and stuff and scholar accounts and all these things that have emerged endogenously from the ecosystem. And it just makes me think that the I have no
think
problem with the staking requirements per se, but their implementation in one fell swoop is what I think rubs me the wrong way, I'd say.
I think another way to approach this is you'll still get rewards as they've said, but the rewards will be commensurate to the amount that you have staked.
And
But
where that bothers, go ahead, sorry.
it made me think of the governance system working in a way that your vote counts for this much weight up to a certain amount of SPS, but then it would quadratically or logarithmically fall away in terms
Oh, a
of
login
power.
system would be beautiful, yeah.
So yes, your 100,000 weight of SPS would be a 100,000 weight, but your 200,000 weight of SPS would only be, say, equivalent to 125,000 SPS. That
Yeah.
way, the many little voices could rise up to oppose the many big voices or the few big voices.
And as you know, I'm involved in a governance election on another chain right now. And I'm not saying that to get into it. It's been making me think of these things. And what I would love to see, and I hope this is acceptable in Splinterlands TV to talk about this. I think it is. But otherwise, you can tell me after that it wasn't. Was that I would just love to see a system where people who play the game because they love it, but also have a day-to-day financial incentive to play
Mhm.
because of their life circumstances, can still keep playing
And
and not
being
be
rewarded. Yeah. I
that's the ideal world for me.
and I think what will happen is it will just slightly dig into the margins. I mean, there's likely to be SPS delegation markets. There's likely to be, just as there are rental markets, is just going to be considered uh, a cost of doing business, I guess.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I mean, what has really, and I think Jagged was keeping a spreadsheet of this at some point, was seeing the change in the volume of SPS that was staked from when the announcement came about with the actual numbers. But what I've noticed is over the last couple of weeks, probably a 6 week
Hmm.
period, is that the SPS staking APR has dropped around 4%, which
Hmm.
suggests that an enormous number of SPS has been staked since that announcement. What that
And with
does,
SPS at the price it is, that makes sense. So,
yeah, but what that also does is that it makes that staked SPS, that liquid SPS increasingly scarce. So when we get
mhm.
land out and we need all the DEC tied up in land plots for power sources, and we have that new burn mechanism on the market, and we have other burn mechanisms for DEC introduced. I mean, the Riftwatch's proposal to price
Yep.
Riftwatch's packs in DEC. Look, Riftwatch's packs aren't exactly flying off the shelves right now. I don't know that pricing them in DEC will see that they are purchased at a more rapid pace, but it is a patience game, I think. And hey, Team Vanguard's welcome. Jagged says that he would buy Rift Watches if they do DEC. Well, I have supported this proposal, as has 89% of the current votes.
As
Uh,
have I.
we can
For the
click
people.
we can click on this and see how people have voted. So there's a lot of thumbs up. We've got Byzantinist, who has said no, which is an outlier here. That's why I'm mentioning, not because I'm saying that. I'm just saying that this is, amidst a sea of green, that is a red. We have All Carton as well, who has opposed. Then we have Byzantine Kitty, so I would allege that that is the same individual, just with two separate accounts.
Sure.
And then we have a whole bunch of other people saying yes in large stakeholders. We could keep scrolling down and down and down and down and down.
My main thing, and a lot of people who are like, I like nuance in life. I don't think I mean, I hate to use this expression because it's a terrible book,
Mm-hmm.
and I've read it. Yes, 50 Shades of Grey. Nothing's black and white. There are 50 Shades of Grey or 1,000 Shades of Grey and everything. And the answer that but it was in the white paper from the beginning isn't satisfied, because a lot of things that were in the white paper from the beginning, I mean, have been modulated by user activity. And I guess what I would say is that it's really easy for me, as an upper middle class guy in Canada right now, to go buy $2,000 worth of SPS and just get to wherever I want to be. But that's not everyone's reality.
Yeah. And it's something that is very interesting, because if someone had done that in the past, their stake would be considerably less now due to the fluctuation in the price of SPS
Yeah.
as well. So I think SPS is one of those things that, if the game is succeeding, should increase. But it I'm gonna use the classic Doge thing of one Doge equals one Doge, but really, one SPS equals one SPS.
Always.
One DEC equals one DEC.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my approach with most things.
And this has been a beautiful discussion, to be quite honest with you. This is a very good channel, but I would like to think that this has been one of the better discussions, even though I'm admittedly biased, that I've heard on Splinterlands TV
it's
about
only
government.
because you're involved in it. You're just expressing nepotism towards yourself.
I'm actually expressing it towards you, not me. I find your position to be quite informed, because you're much more informed about the game and the ecosystem than I am, and I'm not blowing smoke up your rear end because I don't need to. We all know who's the boss here, and it's certainly not you.
Yeah, it's definitely not me. But I like to think that the more I know, the less I know, and that's the wonderful thing about the complexity of this. Jagged says it's all relative, because if they did staking requirements when SPS was 20 cents, then people would be super angry. Now they are 1.7 cents angry. That is a good point to raise.
Every good point that doesn't just dismiss the other side is a good point.
Yeah, but I think there would have also been less SPS in total circulation if that was implemented day one when SPS dropped. What I would love if I was running Splinterlands for a day, when it came to any future pack release, I would be issuing them in 12-month cycles. So each month there would be, let's say, 1 million packs available for sale. Now, the consequence of having 1 million packs in a new edition for sale for 1 month and no more being issued in that particular month is what we're seeing with the soulbound reward cards, where those cards do not instantly enter high-level play. Players like myself who are playing in Diamond or Champion League will only get bronze level cards or silver level cards. I have to stick at it. I get rewarded for sticking around in order to see those cards develop and grow throughout the edition.
Fair, you will get more of them, but
as opposed to going out, buying enough packs to maximize everything in the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then never needing to go buy any more packs ever again. That would be more reliable for cash flow, but look, I'm not an accountant or an economist. I'm just a humble reporting and data and insights analyst who's done governance and business improvement and all sorts of other
And
things in my professional life.
And I'm a bit of a socialist.
But I mean, I live in Australia. I get accused of being a socialist by people in North America all the time.
I live in Canada. I live right next to the country that makes where being a socialist is a hanging offense to.
But I feel as though something like that would allow the game to develop and grow at a sustainable rate. It also lets people keep up with each other as well. I mean, I think the Zuriel sale was handled pretty well with the whole, yep, you got to tick this I'm not a robot, and you can only purchase this many in one particular transaction.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that enables both large and small stakeholders to take part. Whereas you've got everybody's in the line and they're all at the front of the line at the same time, instead of a ticket scalper going, yep, I'll take those 500 tickets, and then the next 499 people in line walk away.
But
head in shame.
Is, as we've heard say in any context, stoner. I was going to say stone. I'm sorry. Yes, stoners are an important part of any Web3 ecosystem. But what I meant to say is scalpers are an important part of any ecosystem, as are flippers.
I mean, you see it in sneakers. You see it in graphics cards or PlayStation 5s when they were first released. And yes, they create demand, they create FOMO, they create all sorts of things. But I think, and to steal a term from Agrode, peace, abundance, and liberty is what he wants there to be. But simultaneously, he wants people to rub shoulders and push and shove and get to the front of the line. And, you know, kind of like one of those sales where a truck rocks up, the little roller door at the back of the truck comes up, and then someone starts auctioning a random item to a crowd that gathers.
I was hoping you were going to say that they were going to be selling meat off the back of the
No, it could be like, you know, hey, we've got 20 units of this blender. And then suddenly it's like, okay, now we're going to be selling, I don't know, these welcome mats for your home. But what I'm really keen is to see whether or not Splinterlands actually does do that merchandising of the Salt Shaker, because I know I would purchase it. I know many other peoples would purchase it.
If there's anybody else in the chat who is a streamer or something of the like, or who has a brand and who is making a very bizarre cup, please DM me the link to your web store. As I will be doing a feature on this on another channel.
Kevin intends to buy a mug with my face on it.
I just completely forgot because I'm kind of sick. And I think all of you who can afford it should go buy a Holozor face mug, just because, I mean, who wouldn't want that?
You know what? I wouldn't put it past Jagged.
But thank you for allowing me to have this discussion with you. I feel like it's been really enlightening.
Enlightening, you say?
Yeah. I do.
What about now? I've just turned off my light and I'm waiting for that to be reflected on the stream, but it didn't work.
But one question.
You know what would be the ultimate merchandise item for me? A robe. Because I always wear a robe on my Splinterlands TV streams.
But see, let me ask you this: have you ever been a groomsman at a wedding?
Not yet. No.
Oh. I have been a few times, and every time I've gotten a personalized robe as a gift.
That's beautiful.
So, what percentage of Splinterlands players would you say are male? About 90%?
Yeah, I would hazard a guess that would be the demographics.
I think their demand for robes might be low.
Yeah.
In North America.
Well, I don't know. I know we've got an enormous amount of Filipino friends, and I would say that wearing a robe in a humid environment such as the Philippines would not be very comfortable.
Linen robes for them.
I've only ever known the plush. It wouldn't feel
Oh,
authentic. It wouldn't feel authentic to me.
yeah, I love a robe, to be honest with you. Especially, well, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, we should say hello sa mga kaibigan kong Filipino. I think that hello to my Filipino friends.
We'll watch the love hearts drop in, or the rancid hatred. One of these two things will happen.
Oh, and we need to. You do remember that it was Filipino Independence Day a few days ago, right?
Ah, yes, yes. I would have been more aware of that had I not taken last week, perhaps the week prior, off of work, because we have a lot of Filipino staff that work within my organization.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense, man. That makes complete sense.
We'd market
Yeah,
it as a
no.
personal sauna to the Philippines. I don't think so, Jagged. They have staggeringly discomforting temperatures and humidities by our standards. It's, let's have a 38-degree day with 80% humidity. Like, I'd say almost inhospitable, some of the weather that the guys over there get. But I guess
My
what
father lives in the
happens,
Philippines.
equatorialness equals humidity.
Mm-hmm.
Butup's
Yeah,
loves
my
it
father
hotter.
genuinely lives in the Philippines.
Have you been there? Have you visited?
No, because that would involve seeing my father.
Ah, yes.
No, but I do. I would like to go and have some of those delicious spring rolls that I always forget the name of. And it also looks like a beautiful, beautiful country, except when they get the monsoons, which are just,
Yeah.
man.
We have
Yeah.
3 giveaways left to do.
Oh man, yeah.
Um,
And such a good conversation.
it is. What are we going to do with our giveaways? We have a user that is 000000000. I don't know how many zeros, but then just simply the word milk.
I wonder if they like milk.
So shout out to milk.
And maligayang huli na ara kalayan. I think.
So we had the keyword support ticket. So if you've joined the stream since, and you have not typed the word support ticket with a space in the middle, as Prime Rogue has just done in the Twitch chat, got milk from milk.
I mean, we are milking this stream.
Well, we're milking it with academic conversation. I wonder how many people we've put to sleep.
But we mean well is what's important.
We meme well, you say. We'll have to check the memes, because I did see someone saying that they had added more memes. So let's go check in on the memes.
Oh, I've added a ton of memes, sir.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, it is the garlic man. The one that masquerades as my illegitimate child.
He is your illegitimate child, though.
Okay. Wow, we've got a lot more memes. Here's yours. I lost with Quora. This is fine. Are the flames a suggestion that Quora should be burned?
No, the flames are a suggestion that if you lose while using Quora, there's something very wrong and you should contact Splinterlands support.
Jagged's got a post here. Do you really want to ban us? The robot.
I love that one.
It's a great meme template. SPS really staking issues. I can't play Daimong. What is Daimong?
Really
yes, is it a secret hidden league I don't know about? Daimong? How do I get promoted to Daimong?
It's Diamond League for people on pensions.
Designing the SPS staking system. You see, I know that's a pipette, but initially I thought he was holding chopsticks because I have not seen Breaking Bad.
I think I have, but it's all a blur. I haven't watched TV in years. Except for sports ball.
Okay, here we have a dinosaur on a pedestal. I can't always wait for the Holosaur stream, because when people try to say my name and I say Holosaur, like a dinosaur, I get it now, and that's why there's a T-Rex, except I've got really long arms. I don't have T-Rex arms.
I have really long arms too, but they're quite small in comparison to my body, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, now we've got a tongue twister here. The guest speaker is Prime Rogue, aka Carry the Zero, aka Kevin.
Hello.
Summoner Summer, Commoner Summer, Common Commoner, Summer Summer. I had to be very careful to read those as they appeared on screen, not
Hey,
twist
Commander
my
Garlic.
tongue.
I'm still trying to recruit you for a special operation, Commander. Our mutual friend Peter Potts has told me to speak to you.
Holosaurus Rex. He's thinking of other women. Should I use Quora? Brilliant. SPS staking DEFCON 1. You would no longer be able to play in Champion. DEFCON 1 now. I feel like a better use of that meme template would be Sir, a second Quora has just been played.
No, sir. Quora has now been maxed out. I've yet to get a Quora, for the record.
Oh, no, just in my mind, a second Quora has been played.
I mean, that would be like almost akin to a sign of extraterrestrial life.
Well, in the team select, you know, so the opponents have also played a Quora. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to stick to the theme and the rhetoric that was used during that time period, it would be the evildoers have played a Quora.
The other way that meme could be adapted to Splinterlands is so a second league has been added when we went from just having wild and every card could be played, and it then split into wild and modern, because then players were like, but how do I split my energies around this now?
Man, I'm just I'm having this conversation with you, which some would argue is a higher level of conversation than, you know, the average conversation. And I am just a meme machine right
now. Do only 1% of the audience remember the Brady Bunch? I remember the infamous square of faces. And Titero is... I mentioned in a previous stream that you are selling everything because you can no longer afford the cosmetics for your beard. The only cosmetics that I use in my beard are conditioner and water.
You don't put oil?
No, heresy.
Really?
Heresy.
But I'm not talking about commercialized beard oil. I'm just talking
like coconut oil, which is generally speaking the best thing to use.
Or olive oil if you're in a pinch, or canola oil, which you might know as rapeseed oil.
Yeah.
Just any oil. No,
none. I am a la natural.
Wow.
Crocodile.
Well, I would argue that by putting conditioner, you're not a la natural.
Crocodile oil. I mean, it's got the oils in it, the conditioner.
Is it one of these bougie, like, fancy conditioners?
No, it's just whatever is the cheapest at the supermarket or the department store. Conditioner is conditioner. When you look on the back of the bottle, they've all got the primary same active ingredients. It's just some have a different fragrance.
I don't want to be judged by the audience here, but my wife, you know, uses like her fancy $20-$25 bottles of shampoo. I have reverted ever since, especially since I started building in the Web3 environment, to a 2-in-1 conditioner to save myself a step during my shower.
I had a wonderful 3-in-1 that also acted as a body wash for a time, and it was amazing because it was.
Do you find body wash to be effective compared to soap?
Yes, I do. But you don't just apply the body wash with your bare hands like some sort of heathen. You've got to use a loofah. Yes.
Yeah. Do you really need to scrub that first layer of skin off?
Yes, you could almost use a orbital sander.
Yes. If you're not in terrible pain after your shower, you have not taken a shower.
For those of you who are attempting to use this as an instructional video on how to shower, please do not use an orbital sander in the shower.
And the only reason is because it will electrocute you.
I believe a battery one would, as would an electrical one, but you could also have a pneumatic orbital shader.
I don't think the battery one would electrocute you. I think it would probably die first.
Yes, an orbital sander, but you could get a an air powered one, which would be fine, or a water pressure powered one.
Or you could just buy regular old-fashioned sandpaper and wrap it around the wood like my grandfather used to do.
Otherwise known as a loofah. All right, I think we've tormented the people long enough. Yeah, Pero wants a support ticket because the streamers have gone insane with their conversation. They've gone so far off the deep end. We have 60 eligible users, but 75 viewers, so I think that's a pretty good ratio. Let's see who's going to win. It's Tubero. Congratulations, Tubero. Let's see what you are going to get here. It's taking a while. It is a Kulu Swim Hunter. Congratulations. Not a Crypt Beetle.
Darn.
Alright, our second to last victor is Iverbjorn or Ironside. I really wish it could be second to last victor and then someone named Victor could win, just to be surprising.
My brother-in-law's name is Victor.
What are we going to get? Give me something good. I believe a gold foil Tarsa is a summoner. It is not summer where I am located, but Tarsa comes from a warm environment in which summer would be prevalent.
And that is also, mind you, the second gold foil summoner you've given away on this Summoner Summer stream.
You executed that very elegantly for alliteration.
It was a little planned.
Okay, and our final victorious individual is Obi Phenom. Congratulations, Obi Phenom. Let's see what you're going to get. Oh, those drums. Such anxiety about what it's going to be. Oh, it's a platoon of Antoids.
Oof. A card is a card.
A card is a card. Congratulations. Antoid Platoon is actually a really good card when you combine it, and it also gains Scavenge. It is pretty good.
I never play Fire Splinter unless it's the bot. I just can't stand that Splinter.
I also... Commander Garlic has a request before I end the stream. What is your request, dearest Commander Garlic?
Anything for Commander Garlic.
Can you say I'm hopeless romantic all my life? Well, I think you know that and this is more story time, I'm just like a life blogger now, just with Splinterlands icons. But I like to perceive myself as a sort of a Renaissance man, which does involve a considerable amount of romance in the traditional sense, in the fact that I am fascinated by each and everything that I encounter in the world and want to learn as much as possible about it. And I am aware of the fact that you will quote this and take it out of context and use it as a falsified evidence in your unending campaign to allege that you are my child. And this is exactly why you will go to your room and you are grounded for 3 months.
But as a Renaissance man, do you truly believe in grounding children?
Look, not putting them in a mortar and pestle and literally grinding them. But you know what? I never plan to have children, so this is not something that I've considered.
It's highly unlikely.
It was an impulsive moment of outrage and aggression, and I am apologetic.
Oh, that was good.
How's that for a politicized answer?
Oh, we were speaking of the Philippines after. Can I say something else to our Filipino audience? I think it's relevant.
I can't restrain your tongue from this distance, so go ahead.
I'm drinking, and I think if someone from the Philippines could confirm, I am drinking two Copicos with a very small amount of water, and it is so delicious. I believe it's a Filipino beverage that they sell at Walmart here. It's so good. Brown coffee.
Uh, I think Commander Garlic has another message for me to. Yeah, I've seen Copaco on the shelves here as well. I've just never really paid attention.
It's really good coffee, mud, sugar water.
Um, Not at all. I need to read this in its entirety for Commander Garlic and do it in my best ASMR voice. Not at
Yes.
all romantic. All my life, all around me is lovely day. That doesn't make sense. Arrow sign reflected in my eyes. I feel like he's trying to get me to cast a spell, and he's got like a circle of salt and like summoning fires, and he's pinned it to the Twitch chat. But I do like his use of language, palpitation and diabetes in a pack.
How much is a? Oh, that is good. How much is a pack of Copico? Like a 30 sachet pack in the Philippines, in the USD equivalent.
I just sang a Korean song, apparently. Was it BTS? Because that's the only Korean songwriter people that I know.
I know none.
Oh no, Jagged's clipped something. Oh, look at that Twitch URL string. The Twitch URL string, I'm just going to pause this video, is cold-blooded moist swallow punch trees.
Man, the SEOs.
No, there we go. Jagged clipped the hopeless romantic sending garlic to his room. It was that moment. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Such a wonderful meme community here, I have to say.
I mean, the Splinterlands TV lore is rich and detailed as a tapestry.
Is it internally consistent, unlike the official Splinterlands lore?
I don't know. We've got the Bootop's curse. We've got the cancelled. That's not right. We've got the Commander Garlic attempting to allege that he is my child forever. Who I believe is coming up next, or has Janny taken your slot, Garlic, for Thursday nights? As I pause for effect. Oh, so you are coming up next. Cool.
Oh my god, thank goodness, because after when I come on with you or watch you, Commander Garlic gives me that middle of the night burst of energy. I just need to keep going with those horns of his.
They're pretty good. Oh,
man, great.
For a while, I was actually helping Garlic perpetuate the meme of him being my child. I sent him some photos from my past, and he did up a little mantelpiece and was like, here's my family photos. He just photoshopped up a mantelpiece with a picture of him and a picture of me, like on the same mantelpiece. He's gone to extraordinary lengths to perpetuate this myth, and I'm not going to lie, it's been entertaining for our audience.
Yeah, as it should be, because it's an amazing degree of effort and contribution to the culture of the SPL TV.
I mean, I think we've both won Clips of the Week for various examples of this in the past as well. So it is well known. I need to provide more evidence. He even went sleuthing and went to my website, found my real world name, Google searched my real world name, dug up photos of me from the past and used those as well. So Garlic has been well committed to this quest, and it is something that I've enjoyed along the way. It's not an adversarial relationship, but we like to make people believe that it is adversarial.
I mean, that's just good TV, man.
Yeah,
this is called Splinterlands TV.
Yeah, it's like we've got to leave it on a cliffhanger one day though.
Is he
Because
or is he
that's
not
that,
your
you know,
child?
it keeps the viewers coming back. We should be hired to make an ad for cereal. I don't know. I don't know about cereal. It's carbohydrates and sugar. There's your ad for cereal.
I'm not a fan of cereal because it involves opening a box, opening a bag, pouring stuff into a bowl, opening a milk container, then pouring milk, then closing all these things and putting them back in their appropriate places.
My ultimate breakfast is a protein shake, because then it's just fill vessel with fluid, scoop 2 scoops of stuff in, lid on vessel, agitate vessel by shaking hands, consume, put vessel in dishwasher, breakfast done. I sound so robotic like that.
My ideal breakfast is a full English made by someone else,
Yeah.
and delivered to me free of charge. If I'm fishing, it is the first fish I catch in the morning, gutted and immediately put on the fire.
I got outfished by my sister-in-law once.
How did that feel?
Oh, look, that was probably the second occasion I'd ever gone fishing.
Oh.
But I don't know. I feel like she was a good luck charm because she's quite small in her stature. And I'm a large man, as all of you know.
Most people are small in stature compared to you, though.
We were fishing on some pretty wet rocks, so it was a slippery surface underfoot. And she got a fish, and she started sliding towards the edge of these rocks. I just handed the rod to my father-in-law. He handed her his rod. Then probably about 15 seconds after that rod exchange took place, she started sliding back to the rocks. So she handed the rod to me. And it was basically like this cycle of, we would reel the fish in and hand her the rod we were holding, and then give her a new, and then like put the fish in the esky or the bucket or whatever we were doing it. And she would be the one instantly getting the bite, and we would be the ones reeling them in. And it was like this for about 10 minutes straight.
Do you remember what kind of fish they were?
They would have been a mixture of kingfish, trevally, and wrasse.
So a lot of those you could have actually eaten raw if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The kingfish. Oh my god.
Yeah. But that was on Lord Howe Island, where my wife's parents live, which has got incredible fishing. Like, you could put a hook out without anything on the hook and catch a fish. You would not even need bait. You just throw your burley in and fish would arrive.
I can. It may be 4:47 in the morning, but I can still order good sushi here in Calgary.
We can. I'm moving in, says Walk the Grid. I do love fish. Fish is one of my favorite things to eat, but it is annoying to prepare within a house.
Why so? Why do you say that?
Because really the only way that I'm capable of cooking fish is by baking it.
Okay, well, that's just wrong. There's so many ways to make fish.
Yeah, but the best way to make fish, I think, is either on a barbecue or wrapped in foil in a fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Do you not have a fire pit?
No, my property is too small for this.
Okay, no, I have a fire pit, so.
I won't tell you I'll tell you the story after the stream of when I set my barbecue on fire.
I'll tell you the stories of the many times I set my barbecue on fire. And my wife proceeded to yell at me for long periods of time.
I'll just put it this way. My wife called the fire department when I set my barbecue on fire, and then I'll fill in the rest of the story after this.
Yeah.
I'm going to play battle, because I feel like it's been a long time of me just talking and chatting with you guys. We should just change the Twitch category from Splinterlands to just chatting at this point. What have we got as a rule set? We have unprotected, equalizer, and evens. So we want to make sure we field an entire team to make the most of that equalizer rule set. We don't want to bring a repair because that will be quite foolish. I think a poison opportunity and maybe some resurrection. So I'm thinking Dr. Blight for sure. Poisons that are even numbers are what I need. I don't know that there's many cards.
Off the top of your head?
I think Death has some poisons with even numbers. Oh, Green Splinter. Yes, Green Splinter. Now it's even, so I want to play an odd-numbered summoner to maximize my ability to play even creatures. So that leaves us with Wizard of Eastwood. But
there you go.
That has negative armor, but it's... I don't feel like I gain much of an advantage by... Actually, I would gain an advantage by playing Obsidian. So there's Dr. Blight with poison. Is there other poisons? Yes, Acid Shooter was who I was thinking of. We are going to go with Failed Summoner as our tank. We'll throw in Khmer Princess as our healer.
Failed Summoner is a card that makes me a little sad.
Wood Nymph is one of my favorite cards. She shall make a triumphant return. The only thing I'm missing here is a cleanse. So that is really unfortunate. Is there any other scavenge? Yes, Parasitic Growth. Let's throw Parasitic Growth into the team and see how this goes. Fish in a banana leaf and grilled? Yes, I've had that before. It's incredible. In fact, a lot of Vietnamese, I think it is, food tends to do things within banana leaves, if I recall.
Yes. I believe that to be the...
I've made many mistakes here. But it doesn't really matter because it is Equalizer.
That's fair.
But as you can see, my Failed Summoner is no more. I guess you could say that he has indeed failed.
That's so sad.
And hitting this Cockatrice is rather troublesome because they have flying and dodge and considerable speed.
All my memes posted.
I will check them after this.
I'm just making sure I have them all. Yes, all my memes are... Wow, I've posted like the last 10 memes. Okay.
A heavy storm is brewing. You keep disconnecting from the internet. Well, I'll be around if you do get disconnected, Commander Garlic, to reconnect on the Splinterlands TV server. So just send a message in the support channel as required, and I'll be able to help out.
Stay safe in that storm, mate.
But yeah, we've had thanks, Dad. we've had I believe it's probably more at this point. So I'd lose this battle. Let's go check the local weather observations. South Australia. Wait, wrong place.
Weather.
Adelaide. Where are the observations? Weather and warnings. Here we go. Observations. Adelaide observations. Rain since 9 a.m. 23.4 millimeters. South Australia, Adelaide gets about 517 millimeters of rain per year. So today has been a very, very wet day.
I'm looking at your
standards.
Your weather 7-day forecast. You call that winter?
Yes.
That is my perfect temperature year round. Like that range, like 9 to 15, maybe 16, 17 at most.
That is what we have to come for the rest of the week.
It's so beautiful.
It's perfect Canadian weather.
Yeah. It's t-shirt weather.
It is not t-shirt weather as far as I'm concerned. It is put one of those blankets that wastes electricity underneath the base sheet in your bed weather.
Man, when you come visit me, come in. Well, we have Chinooks here, but come in December, January. I'll show you what winter is.
I'll show you cold. It's not cold until you've had some fingers and toes amputated. All
It's
right.
not cold until you felt like your face was burning off.
We have missing wristwatches packs. Have you seen me? If found, contact DEC enthusiasts. That is class. That is true class. Bots in modern, not on my watch. Make SPS great again. Let's hit 3 cents. Holazor, the Renaissance man. No, that's Hagrid. And you shall know me by the trail of the bots that I slay. Yes.
Do you not know that movie scene?
No, I do not.
The quote, for those who know it, it's a very good quote. It's
Where do we post them? You there? They need to be posted within the Splinterlands memes community itself. So this is the link to the community. You'll see a button up the top that will say join. Once you've joined, you can then click write a post. Alternatively, if you're writing the post from your personal blog, you click create a post at the top, then write a new post in, and then you would use the drop down here to change the community to Splinterlands memes.
This is a Pulp Fiction meme, Hollister, and the quote is, quote, "And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers, and you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee."
I still prefer Schwarzenegger's phrase from Conan the Barbarian, the original Conan the Barbarian. Yes, but we won't quote that one on Splinterlands TV because I think it is less suitable for...
A little bit less suitable.
Yes. But we have but a meager 3.5 minutes remaining on our stream this evening, which I think is enough time for me to squeeze in one more loss. Let's see if
I just won a game in a diamond tournament and I'm shocked.
That is outrageous.
I'm playing like a gold level deck.
Absolutely outrageous. I do think that there should be, and this would be an interesting addition to the game, where at the conclusion of a battle, you calculate the value of the teams as they are on the market currently, and you should get extra rewards if you've defeated a team that is more valuable than yours.
I like that idea a lot, actually.
Because you know that the person losing with the more valuable team would be really angry.
And we just love to provoke anger, right?
Well, anger is engagement. That's how Twitter works. An entire social media network exists because anger is engagement.
Oh, believe me, I've witnessed that over the past week.
We've got Keep Your Distance, Holy Protection, Equalizer, but only 12 mana. I'm going to play Old Mate Dallin. And we're going to use Life Leech, and then we're going to go look at You There's Meme. I have 1 mana left. It can be Chaos Agent. I've probably failed by not fielding an entire team here. But we shall see. Let us search the meme community. Just how it is. The market. My SPS bag. Squirrel. Stuck. Oh. That is a surprisingly close mirror match. Except they brought Dr. Blight, which is much smarter than what I did.
And you have Dr. Blight.
I do. Just not in gold foil. But will my backfire help me succeed? Will the Chaos Agent prevail? So far, it's looking like they've got us off to a good start.
You know what I need you to do at some point? I'm not advertising here. I need you to come on my stream and tell me how I am supposed to what to do if my land.
Don't do what I do. That's the general consensus, and I think we shall gain victory here. Yes.
Well, given that you're using a spreadsheet, it sounds like we're going to do similar things.
Possibly, yeah.
I've already started my spreadsheet.
Your spreadsheet is inferior. I know this because my spreadsheet is deluxe.
We do both have card IDs on it, though.
Yes. So, with 15 seconds left, thank you all for joining me here on a Thursday evening in a cold and wintry Australia. I hope to see you again on my next stream on Monday. For now, we will go away and go to the illustrious Commander Garlic. Cheers.